Seriously, Bud is brought to you by OmniSend. OmniSend is a top choice for email and SMS marketing on WordPress, perfect for WooCommerce shops. Easily connect with customers and send out awesome campaigns every day. We'll be back in a bit to tell you about our other friendly sponsors. Hello, my name is Bree, and welcome to Seriously, Bud, a podcast featuring an unexpected conversation with someone from the WordPress community. And now it's time for our host, my dad, Bud Kraus.
Thank you, Bree. You know, I had so much fun last week speaking with Jimmy Tavares. I thought I would do this all over again. Hey, I've got a good idea. Why don't you go tell one of your friends about Seriously, Bud, and the unexpected conversations we have each week with someone from the WordPress community. Now I'll be back at the end to give you my thoughts about this week's episode. It's number 116. So here we go. Lara Sacco, welcome to Seriously, Bud. How come it has taken so long for you to get on my show, since you were one of the very first people I ever wanted on? What is this with you?
But finally I'm here. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know. I'm not so comfortable to speak in a podcast or to be interviewed. I'm a very shy girl.
Well, hold on a second. Hold, stop right there. You just can't come on the show and say, I'm really shy and introverted, because everybody, or most people in the WordPress community they're either introverts or shy. I get it. I am too, for that matter. All right, so I'll make it nice and easy. Let's start at a really good spot, which is when I think of you, I think of WordCamp Europe. You are like the face of WordCamp Europe.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I see your name as an organizer in any way with WordCamp Europe, I know it's going to be good.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Now I'm blushing.
And we first met. Go ahead.
Yeah, we first met in Athens. Do you remember? Yeah.
Of course I remember.
Yeah, during the Yoast Pride party.
Yes.
And you were right on the stage in Athens. An amazing talks. And I was one of the speaker team leads. So we were in contact and we prepared your speech. You were a little bit worried about to be on the stage, really.
I was, because of my vision and not really knowing where things were on the stage. Would there be a podium? There was no podium. It was so weird. Yeah.
You did it great.
I did it as good as I could.
No. It was important. I learned a lot about, because usually we speak about some physical difficulties, but we don't have physical difficulties. People usually speak about visual impairing or other difficulties, but actually they don't live daily this problem. And you were, I think, one of the first on the stage who actually lived that problem. And you are living this problem every day. So,
well, if you have a disability that is hidden, like mine is pretty hidden, it's different than if you're in a wheelchair or you're using a cane or whatever. There's some kind of physical evidence that you have a disability. It's a very different experience.
Yeah.
That alone makes it different.
And it was important for me, and I think for all the other attendees, to hear about your experience directly.
And we'll stop talking about me in a second, but I realized the reason why I got picked to speak at WordCamp Europe in Greece, the title of my talk was Using Low Vision as My Tool to Help Me Teach WordPress. That is the perfect title, because in the title, it has two things that the WordPress community loves. They love disability. Love it. Anything with disability, we love it. And the other thing is teaching. Yeah, I was able to combine two, and I didn't think of that until long after. No wonder you got picked. It's because you had the perfect title. They get hundreds of applications. They don't know me from Adam. There is no way they're going to pick this talk, and you did. And thank you for that. It was a real life-changing experience. It really is.
Oh,
It's a real honor and a life-changing experience to come to Europe from the United States and speak. Boy, that is so cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Seriously bad.
Yes. All right. You got that out of the way.
It was your first time in Europe.
No, but my first time in Athens. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So I want to know from you, I learned at WordCamp Europe that you were a social worker for 30 years.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did you do it? Why did you get into that? What is your education? Let's go. Give me the story.
Oh, how many times do you have? How many hours?
I don't know. Oh, we have lots
Because
of time.
I'm old. Now, okay. Basically, yes. I was born as a social worker, and I worked in that industry for 30 years, but changing a lot of roles, but basically working with people with different difficulties and helping them to stay well and a good life despite the difficulties. And I changed really a lot of roles. Even for example, I was a trainer in adults courses for management in nonprofit organization, or I worked many times. It's difficult to explain in English, but basically I lived with children who had family difficulties, economical or other kind of difficulties. And we lived in a community, so in an apartment, and waiting for adoption or helping their family to welcome them again. And a lot of other things, really. Then I had my first child in 2000. So
Okay.
at the beginning of the new century. And I stopped for 1 or 2 years. And then I had my second child, my daughter. And then I started to work in the social field in a different role, totally different role. I started to work on communication and brand identity and brand communication. I started to build, in a way, my first website. At the time, it was 205. So really at the beginning of the web, in a way. And it was a static HTML site. And so
Let me ask you, did you use GeoCities? No. Did you ever? Because everybody in the United States, they started out using GeoCities to build their websites, but you were just using code.
yeah, but actually I didn't code directly. I help the person, the developer, to write content, to arrange the layout, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. I have to, before you go any further, when you work in the social field, did you work for the state? Is that how that, or did you work for a private company, or how does that work?
I worked for a private company because in Italy, yes, we have a welfare system managed directly by the states, but so by the government, usually local government. But there are a lot of private companies which are social cooperative, a sort of private company, but with public goals.
I see. So is it partly subsidized by the state?
Yeah, a nonprofit. I think that something in US is something like foundation or nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Nonprofit organizations.
So before you get into this coding and WordPress and building stuff,
yeah,
you said you had a turn in your career in the social field. And what kind of population were you working with then? Did you see you were with adoption or?
Yeah, I started to work with children, young people, basically, with not special problems, but the family one, okay, the economical and the family ones. Then I moved and I became president of one of the social co-op, yep. And then I worked a lot in management and nonprofit management, training manager, nonprofit manager, and working in a social field at a different level, basically working on social innovation project, right? So new project new way to do things, and in a way, in a political level, to a political level, not on the field with people directly.
When you worked with people, though, of any kind, did you ever go into their homes and talk to? Is that how you did it, or did they come to you? How did that when you did?
No, I lived in a apartment with these kind of people. Yeah,
You did say
this kind of project were called
there you
communities.
go.
Yeah, it's not. There isn't a different name in English, I think. We live together with children and other colleagues. Of course, we live as a parents in a way. We took care of the daily life of these children, and as you do as a parent.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's catchy. Now, you said also you started getting into communications.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. After my second maternity leave.
by the way, I have to say, you had children when you were older. Am I right about that? If I get the ages and time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what was that all about? You did have your first child and second child.
Yeah.
You have to tell me, but your age was, you were older than I think a lot of women are when they first give birth, right?
What do you mean?
It just seems like you were not, am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong about this.
I'm 60 tomorrow. 61.
Okay, well, I'm not asking, is that so? How do you say happy birthday in Italian?
Buon compleanno.
Oh, buon compleanno.
Buon. Yeah.
Okay, all right, so happy birthday. All right, don't tell us your age. I don't say what my age is. I'm way older than you. Okay.
Yeah, I know. But
Yes.
not so older than me.
I'm older than everybody, so
Yeah.
I'm very lucky to be older than everybody. Okay. It seems like you had your children, let's say, in your late 30s, early 40s, no?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Any reason why that you can tell us?
I think that before I was involved in so many projects, in so many things in my life, I worked a lot. And basically, I hadn't time to create a family.
A lot of people today are not having children. I'm sure you're aware of this. Like young people who are married or not married, they say, I don't want to have children. Any thoughts about that?
I think that at the time, basically, the people of my age had already a family and with children and so on. But so it was me, I think, that I wasn't ready to create a family. I was involved in so many things that it wasn't my first thought to have children. Right. Nowadays in Italy, at least I'm not experienced about that. I don't know, actually. I didn't study about that. Nowadays, young people doesn't have a job. Young people don't have a stable job and perspective. They don't want to create a family because they don't have the economical stability.
Yeah, but I have a different take on this because I talk to a lot of people in the WordPress community, young people, newly married, really for two reasons. Reason number one, I don't want to bring any child into this world. The other is, if I have a child, my life is going to change. I want my life to be the way it is now.
I know, I have no idea, exact idea about that. Because, for example, my children are more like, this is too early to have children. I need stability.
They're young. They're 20, 24, right? That's
and in Italy, usually we have a family system, and the children live in their family until 30 and more. They don't think to have a family before.
Yeah, like a Mama Luke. You know that? Is that in Italian? Mama Luke, they love Mama. They don't want to be.
Yeah, I guess in Italian is something like Mammoni.
Mammoni, okay. And what's so good about Italian is that it's really funny. If I was something else, I'd be Italian. I'm almost there because I know so many Italians. They've had such an influence in my life. Really, any one group, I would say it's Italian. Oh, I have to ask you. I know one thing you do. I know I skip around, but I have to get this. You cook. Speaking of Italian, what do you make? I can't wait to hear that.
I bake. I love simply cook vegetables, pasta. I made the pasta.
Right.
I made the handmade pasta, the traditional one, orecchiette and fettuccine, lasagne, pasta al forno.
Just the way you say it sounds good. The food
Pizza,
sounds better.
of course. Pizza, bread, and
Just the way you pronounce the words. Good Lord. The food sounds better already.
also I have a food blog. Do you know that?
Do you really?
I really have that.
What is the name of your food blog? What's it called?
ortoinpentola.com.
And it's in Italian?
Yes,
It's in
in
Italian,
Italian. Yeah, but you can translate it with any online.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I'm going to be talking to Juan Hernando tomorrow. Do you know Juan Hernando from
Yes, he is amazing.
Wait, everybody knows everybody, right?
Juan Hernando, it's really
Juan
amazing.
Hernando. Yeah. Now, I'm just getting to know him, but I'm always amazed at how many people know other people in our world. It's really
and working on the on WordCamp Europe is
that'll do it.
An easy way to be connected with a lot. And to be connected with a lot of people, especially in Europe, also in all around the world. When you work in WordCamp Europe for many times, as I did, and
forever.
Not forever, but.
No, you. Like I say, you are the. I know Remkus would not like me saying this, but you are the. Remkus de Vries would not like me to give the honor of WordCamp. You being WordCamp Europe, but you are. You're all over the place in WordCamp Europe.
Working on WordCamp Europe is addictive. So when you start, you cannot stop really. Because it's amazing. You work in an international environment, you know a lot of people, and at the end you became friends.
Yeah. It's true.
So
it's very rewarding.
Yeah, I love that.
Very rewarding. Have you been to the United States? I don't think I
Never. I always say that I want to, before I die, I want to visit.
Well, don't do it after, okay?
I want to visit 3 cities. Paris, Barcelona, and New York. Because I love a lot of books about these cities. And I wanted to visit the streets, the city described in that book. And I already visited Paris in 2017. In Paris. It was my first WordCamp Europe ever in Paris. Yes. And then I visited Barcelona in 2019. So I need to visit New York.
You do?
Not in this time, because it's not good to visit, to fly, sorry. But maybe some years.
Maybe one day I can.
Yeah.
There's more to the United States than New York. You do know.
Yeah, I know. But
so go somewhere else.
It was.
Don't just go to New York, okay? New York is great. You want to see something else.
Yeah, definitely. And then when you go and you fly for so long, of course, you don't visit only one place. You plan a journey.
As far as cities go, I love New York, Chicago, New Orleans, and San Francisco. Those are my 4 main cities.
Okay.
And everything else looks like Cleveland.
I read a lot about New Orleans.
It's a great place. And the food, it's just great. The music, the food. I love all those. But we have some very smaller cities too. They're like Charleston, South Carolina, and Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm going to leave them all out, but they're really Asheville, North Carolina. There's a whole bunch that are just beautiful, smaller places.
Okay.
All right, we don't have to do a travel log here.
I left you before planning my travel to United States.
I've got a good one. Where should I go in Italy? I can't wait to hear what you say about this.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me hear. Where should I go? Pick one place. Don't pick Rome. Don't pick Florence. Don't pick Venice. Give me something else.
Hey there. We'll get back to the show in just a moment. Seriously Bud is made possible by Pressable. They make managed WordPress hosting simple. Your sites load fast, stay online, and you get 24/7 expert support from people who actually know their stuff. No downtime drama, no endless tech headaches, just hosting that works. Whether you've got one site or hundreds, Pressable keeps things smooth and secure so you can focus on your business. Check them out at pressable.com/BUD. And finally, by the WP.world, a great way to see who's in the WP world and what they are up to. Find out at the WP.world. That's right, it's the WP.world. And let others know what you're up to, too. Now, let's get back to the show.
Torino for sure.
Haven't been to Torino.
No, Torino is an historical city, is a beautiful city, is the first city where the automotive born in Italy. And in Fiat, exactly, now Stellantis, but Fiat. And do you know that in 2024, we had WordCamp Europe in the very first factory.
I do know that. You're right.
Yeah, the Lingotto. It was an historical place. I was really proud to organize WordCamp Europe there. Yeah.
I wanted to go, but we get cool
next time. Yeah. And also, do you like wine?
I like wine when I'm in Italy.
Okay.
Or Spain or Portugal.
Yeah.
Okay, but here, not really.
So there is the area in Piedmont called Langhe, which is very famous for good wine, red wine, old red wine. So you need to visit Langhe. This is a zone with hills, not mountains, but hills and a lot of nature. And also, you need to go there.
Okay. Give me a small city. I will give you one, but I want you to give me one that I should go to.
Oh, Susa. Susa is where I live. Again, this is a city. It is at the start, really near. It's closer to France than to Torino. 30 kilometers from France. And and we had a lot of traditional events similar like Palio di Siena. Have you heard about Palio di Siena? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we have a sort of without horses, but in July. So we had that last week. And also, Hold on,
I'm going to give you where I want to go back to. Okay, Sorrento.
Okay, Sorrento. But, Sorrento is not so small, Sorrento. And
that's right.
And this is me too. But it is the Alp is in the south, so at the opposite part of Italy.
Yeah. I know. But Limoncello and the Amalfi Coast. And,
Sorrento is amazing. In Italy, we have a lot of amazing places.
It's amazing. I know.
Yeah.
And we went to Sicily a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I have to send you this picture of me passing out after I drank. I'll send it to you. In a place in Sicily, yeah. I've only been twice to Italy, but it seems more. And I'm ready to go back any time.
Okay.
Because the food is just Florence, the whole thing. What do you think of Krakow?
Krakow was a surprising city for me. Actually, I didn't read about the history, the culture, and so on, because I wanted just to visit and see. Someone told me it is a really great city and with historical places and so on. I wanted to see directly with my eyes, basically. And I found a very clean city, with a very organized transportation, with a lot of green and the historical place. And the venue of WordCamp Europe was simply amazing.
The best ever. I have never seen a venue that good. That beautiful, that perfect.
Except in Torino, but this is...
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was really great. really well organized. The local team lead made an amazing job, really. And I
You
love
know
it.
Steve, right?
Yeah,
Mosby.
Mosby.
Yeah,
Yes, Steve
Mosby.
Mosby.
You have to contact him and tell him that he has to come on my show. So he knows of my existence, okay? Do you know him? You don't.
You need to interview him.
I know who he is, and he knows me. Yeah, I want him to be on the show. Anyway, oh yeah, you and my wife have an interesting friendship because you actually have, until today, I think you have spoken more with her than
Yeah,
you've ever spoken with me. Yes,
that's true. That's true.
she knows more about you than I do because every time you've seen each other twice at 2 work camps, and you guys always talk to each other. It's really funny. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, she's really lovely. And I love to speak with her.
Yeah.
I think that we have similar point of view, similar way to
Mhm.
see the
You probably
life,
do. Yeah.
mood, and so on. Yeah. Maybe she would have interviewed me than you.
Well, yes, you asked me to do that. And I said, no, she's not going to do it. And no, but that would
No.
be an interesting idea. Yeah. But I wanted to interview you because I don't really know you. I'm getting to know you a little better now. So where do you want to go in Europe? You talked about the United States, but what about Europe? Besides Paris and Barcelona?
No, I'm not a traveler, actually,
Yes.
because I don't know why. Because maybe my life simply go in a different way and living in a countryside. Maybe I had a partner who doesn't travel much. Basically, I'm traveling only when I attend WordCamp Europe.
Yeah.
I decided to spend some times before WordCamp Europe and after WordCamp Europe to visit the city. I started in Porto in 2022 and then in Athens, and also I spent 2 days more than 2 days, 4 days in Krakow. And I visit, for example, Auschwitz.
We went after or before WordCamp?
Yeah, after.
Yeah, we went before.
No, I went after the Monday after WordCamp Europe. And yeah, I think that everyone who who goes in Krakow need to visit.
I agree.
Because, okay, I heard a lot, I read a lot about, but visiting it and see the horrible things they did there directly with your eyes.
It's very creepy, to say the least.
Yeah.
And Birkenau, of the two places, stunned me more than I...
Exactly.
Because Birkenau looked like what you thought a concentration camp looked like. Auschwitz is a museum.
Yeah,
It's
same.
preserved as a museum. It's horrifying, but it's not the same thing as Birkenau. And I'm so glad you can walk between the two of them to get that, what it was like, kind of feeling. And it's just horrible.
Totally agree. I was totally horrified by Birkenau.
Yeah, horrified. Yeah, I agree. I almost couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah.
It was too horrifying. The size of it. You know what I just saw? I have to tell you, I just resaw Schindler's List. And Schindler's List, the movie that Steven Spielberg did, I saw it again because now it has a whole different context. And it's basically took place in Krakow. That's where his factory was. In fact, his factory was down the street from where we were staying. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see it. Arlene walked down. She got to see the factory. And, you know, it's preserved as a museum now and stuff, but it's still the factory. Boy, oh boy. If I have a reason to go back to Krakow, that would be my reason to go back, is to see that. I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing, too. I know you know a million people, but are you in touch with a lot of people in Italy?
Yeah.
I'll just throw out a few names. Whatever, we'll play. We would say Jewish geography. Maybe it's Italian geography. Piccia Neri. Now, she doesn't live there anymore.
Piccia,
but you know,
no.
Piccia, you got to
Piccia Nera, yes. Piccia actually lives in Valencia, in Spain.
Yes.
I think since a lot of years.
She lived in England for a long time, and then she's living in Spain now.
In Spain,
right?
Yes. In Valencia.
And of course, Yoast and Marika have a place. I bet it's not that far from you, where they have a summer home or whatever it is. Do you know that?
Yes. Okay, they were my former boss because I worked for Yoast for 7 years.
I would think it'd be interesting and fun to work with them. Am I right about that? Or was it really hard?
And they...
Or you don't want to answer that question.
No.
Okay, we'll go on. Next question.
Next question.
All right. And Luca, we mentioned Luca, right? I got a good one for you. Rodolfo Maloi.
Rodolfo.
How do you say his last name?
Rodolfo Melogli. Rodolfo.
Right.
Melogli,
From Sicily,
yes.
from Palermo.
He's
right.
from Palermo, yes. He's very active in the WooCommerce.
Oh, yeah. WooCommerce, yeah.
Yes.
And he's been on the show. I mean, I'm mentioning people, all these people have been on the show. Boy, I'm probably leaving somebody out. Oh.
No, from Italy, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I've got everybody. They're all great.
You need to interview a couple of other people.
Oh, there was a person by the name of Elena Bresnahin.
Elena Bresnahin.
Elena. You know her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was very interesting. I forgot where she's from. There's other people too. It's getting hard to remember who's been on the show, which is really weird to think that I can't remember instantly who's been on the show. Anyway. All right. We have come to the end. Oh, I wish we didn't. But
oh, mamma mia. Seriously, bud? We are at the end. Really?
Well, we do have to end one way or the other. I hate to end, but we do. So who do you suggest I have as a future guest on Seriously, Bud?
For sure, Eleonora Anzini.
Oh, I don't know this.
No, have you never met that? She's I think, the designer behind of all WordCamps in Italy.
Oh, I've met her.
Yeah, for sure.
In Italy. Now, I met the designer of WordCamp Europe.
She worked.
She did Europe and Poland.
Yeah, and she worked also, I think, since Athens, in the design teams in Athens, for sure, and in Torino, and I think that she's the best WordCamps designer in the world. And
she's really good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Say her name again now, slowly, so I can understand.
Eleonora.
Oh, my God.
Eleonora.
Hold on a second.
Eleonora.
I did Isota. What's the
Isota Peira. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done her. Yes, she's been on the show. I'm going to forget.
Yeah, really. Indeed. Again, she lives in Barcelona.
Yeah. So all the Italians have moved to Spain. What is that? What is going on here?
I don't know.
You notice this? They all moved to Spain. I want this person whose name I cannot pronounce. I want her to come on the show. And
Eleonora Anzini. I wrote it.
All right, Laura, thank you. So I always put you could say your name is Laura, and you say it doesn't really matter.
No, exactly. It's me anyway. In the Italian way is Laura.
See, but it's hard to say that.
Laura. Ooh, like the wolf.
Listen, I'm still trying to say Gerasimos Morelatos, okay? Do you know he's from Greece?
Yeah.
And these names, I get really hung up on trying to say the name correctly. I've gotten really fussy about that.
Yeah, and also I think that is because you have a lot of Laura. Laura is also an American name. Laura. And it is written in the same way. Laura, L. Right. So it's hard for you to pronounce in the Italian way because it's more natural for you.
Your English is really good. How many languages do you speak? How did you learn English?
Do you want to know the truth?
No, go ahead and lie.
I know.
No, I don't want to know the truth. Make it up.
I had a lot of problem with my spoken English, really. And it is one of the things that make me shy to join to your podcast. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you right now. No one out there who might go on the show should say, I'm not going to go on because my English isn't perfect.
In Italy, we have this forma mentis. The Latin words is, we need to know the perfect pronunciation to speak English, right?
I don't think so. I love English being spoken from somebody who's not a native English speaker. I love the accents. I love the way they say it. I love everything about it. I've learned that from the show. I'm not just amazed that people can speak it, but just hearing it from the mouths of people who are not native English speakers is so cool.
Yeah.
So there.
That's something that I learned working with different people in WordCamp Europe. Because at the very beginning, when I started to speak with people, and I usually started saying, sorry for my English.
Yes.
Usually. And they always said, okay, you speak English better than I speak Italian. Okay, I know that.
Right. So you got to
But-
stop saying sorry for my English.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
reason to say that.
And where I learned, basically, I learned during my studies, of course, and also in university. But what really changed in my life was when I started to speak with the real people working together to organizing something in WordPress. So when I started to work in WordPress, I started to speak with people. Then in 2018, I started to work for Yoast as a support agent. And we had an international team, and we spoke in English.
I asked because I know that when you were in grade school, it wasn't mandatory to speak English, right? They didn't teach English the way they do now.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, in Italy, schools teach you English, teach you the grammar and to read and so on, but not teaching you to have real conversation.
Exactly.
And WordPress was my gym, basically. Yeah, when I started to speak real English, basic one, because I know that I don't know a lot of words and so on. But I learned how to express myself also with the help with the gesture, with my hand, with my face, in the Italian way, basically.
Yes.
And
any other languages? Do you know any other languages?
I know a little of Spanish. Again, I learned at the university because I had a mandatory exams in Spain. And I love Spanish culture and also Latino American culture. I read a lot of books in Spanish. I love Garcia Marquez. I love a lot of Latino Americans writers. But again, I don't speak Spanish.
Do you understand it?
Yeah, I understand. I can read.
Yeah.
I can read, and maybe I can practice next year in Malaga.
That's right. That's next year's WordCamp Europe. And on that note, we are going to have to say goodbye, but I'm just going to turn off the recording, but we're not going to say goodbye. You are one of the leading lights in the WordPress world. It's just an honor to know you, quite frankly. You know, you're one of my first WordCamp Europe people that I knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from way back from a couple of years ago. One last thing.
Yeah.
During COVID, how was it for you? Because in the United States, we kept seeing pictures of people in Italy just locked up in their apartments before we got all locked up. And we said, oh, those poor Italians, they're all locked up. And we didn't know, hey, it's coming to you. You know, it's coming to the United States.
During COVID, okay, again, I was lucky because living outside the city was easier for me to live because I have trees, I have a lot of space outside my house, right? And also that was really great for my children because they could go outside the apartment. But the truth is that I worked a lot during COVID because I worked for Yoast at the time, and all around the world, people took care of their website, and our business, the Yoast business increases a lot. We had a lot of work about that, a lot of tickets in the support. And also at the time, I was also working for a local company, nonprofit company. And I took care in that case also for the websites, not from the code point of view, but from the content. And basically, we needed to inform I worked for a company about cooperatives. Again, this organization organized services for cooperative. We needed to inform them about the laws about COVID, the rules, and so on. And it was really hard because all needed to work with fragile people, and we needed to inform them about
About COVID?
about the rules to avoid
dangers.
exactly, and to continue. And for example, I started to write.
Hold on, before you go down this rabbit hole, hold on a second. Oh, well, forget about the digital stuff. Well, what about supermarkets? Were they open or closed?
They were
open?
opened.
Did you wear masks? Did you wear...
We didn't have any problem, actually.
Really?
And we had all the things we needed. The only thing is that in a crowded place like in the city, you needed to, there were a very long queues before entering in the supermarket, but not in my village. Because living in a small village was really a great opportunity in that way. I could go to the supermarket in an easier way. I never made a queue before to enter, and it was okay. It was a little strange because all people, usually supermarket in my village is also a place to meet people, like a square. When you go in a square, meet people and start to talk. Inside during COVID, it was strange because all people with the mask, and no one started to talk with other people, and you needed to buy things really quickly and then go outside. But apart from that, it was not
that difficult.
bad experience.
All right. This was it. I'm done. I've asked all the questions I can ask. So thank you again. And arrivederci.
Arrivederci, I think,
Okay.
in Malaga. Please say hello and give a really, really big hug to Airline.
Okay. All right. Thank you again.
Hey, I didn't know that Lara was born as a social worker and worked in that field for 30 years, has never been to the United States, says that working on WordCamp Europe is addictive, and I hope she stays addicted, and that WordCamp Europe has helped her become confident in speaking English. And finally, Eleonora Anzini, the best WordCamp Europe designer in the world, and as recommended by Lara, has been booked to be on a future episode of Seriously, Bud? Did you? Until next time, thank you for your time.